have a role to protect the vulnerable and the marginalized. I have a role to love all people unconditionally. I have a role to love and love some more. And these are just some of the many lessons that I myself personally have drawn from this great life. And I believe that each and every one of us here today has their own lessons through our own intersections with this great man of God. I received this past week, after we heard the news, a proposal through the Dean of this cathedral, Father Kolani Dwati. This is a proposal that was given to the city even a while back. A proposal for this church, firstly, to be declared a national heritage site. A proposal for this precinct around the church to be reclaimed and to be named the Desmond Tutu precinct. A proposal for the streets within the precinct to also be renamed. And a proposal for our dearly departed to be given the Freeman of the City Award by the City of Johannesburg. I looked at all the different facets of this proposal, very well written, I must say, in partnership with the Inner City Partnership Forum and various other partners. And I understood how the many parts, the renaming of the streets, the naming of the precinct, the declaration of the site as a heritage site, and the awarding of the Freeman of the City required that proposal. But I must say, Father Dwati, I was embarrassed to find in the proposal things that I did not expect to find. I found there a reminder to government of what it ought to be doing to serve its people. I found there a diagnosis of what has gone wrong in this precinct. And I found there solutions of what needs to be done to get this precinct right. All the things that were mentioned are prescribed in the Constitution and in the laws that govern how we serve. All of them are things that we should be doing without being asked. They did not require a proposal from the church. It proposes that we clean the streets. It proposes that we unblock, repair and maintain stormwater drains. It proposes that we keep people safe. It proposes that we restore law and order, that we regularize informal trade. It proposes that we create order around how taxis operate. These are just some of the examples, and I must say, I was embarrassed on behalf of the city that this had to come contained in a proposal from the church for us to just do what we're getting paid to do. But as embarrassed as I was equally grateful that we still have a church in our midst that cares enough to put together such a proposal. I'd really like to commend the leadership of the church, the business people in this place, the Inner City Partnership Forum, and everybody else that has made an effort to put that together. As I have said, there are processes internally that need to be followed to fulfill all the requests contained in that proposal. But what we get paid for, we must do. And myself and the team of MMCs who've just been appointed have made a commitment that everything that we have been brought into this job to do, we will do, including restoring this precinct, so that the legacy of our dearly departed can be contained in a place that is worthy of his name. In closing, I would just like to remind us, we have been blessed with greatness. Greatness that has stood here, greatness that has spoken into our lives, into our nation, into the continent, greatness that has prayed daily for us. We have a choice today of what it is that we're going to do with the many lessons that we have learned. We have a choice today to pick up the baton and continue the good work. We have a nation to build. And in building this nation, we ought to start by preserving the work that has already started. We need to recognize that South Africa, as the economic hub of this continent, is a gateway to Africa's economic liberation. We need to recognize that our mineral wealth and our land and all its produce can and must work for us. But we also need to understand that it will not come through divisions, but it will be coming through us understanding our diversity, embracing it, and like Archbishop Tutu, seeing it as a strength and not as a weakness. It'll come by us committing that we will shun all who call on us to destroy the hard work of those who've gone before us. That we will shun all who call on us to destroy our hard-earned infrastructure because there is something that we want. That we will shun on all those who call on us to break the law because we feel entitled. But that from this day forward, we make a conscious decision to be part of the solution and part of the team that's going to rebuild this nation for the sake of our children, for the sake of generations to come, and for the sake of the continent of Africa. I thank you.